In today's video, I am going to be breaking down some simple screen and roll basketball offenses that you can run against zone defenses. These are absolutely fantastic and will help you score a lot easier in your next game if you go up against a zone defense. Now let's get down, let's check this out really quickly. If you want the complete guide to the 5-out offense, make sure to go check out the link that is down in the description below. Or if you just want a killer zone, make sure to go check out the Unbeatable Basketball Zone Defense book that is down there as well. And if you like the idea of me scribbling on this app, you can go check out Playbook, which is down in the description for 10% off. Okay, so having a screen and roll offense against a zone defense may sound counterproductive. It doesn't sound like something that would be much fun. However, we have to understand how a 2-3 zone or other zones tend to work so that we understand how this can actually work extremely well. So for example, we are going to have, let's say, a 2-3 zone. These guys are going to try and close off middle, or they could be playing like this so that they still cover the high post. Either way, generally speaking, they're going to be closing middle so that player 1 can't split them and cut right down the middle of the key, which would absolutely suck. So what you can do is have, for example, player 2 set that screen on this side and player 3 set the screen on this side, to give player 1 multiple different options. The reason why this is actually a good idea, because if we get the ball over here and these guys are unable to cover those spots in time, players 4 and 3 have to shadow, which then leaves other areas of the court wide open. So for example, after this screen, let's say for example player 1 attacks this left side. Whether he attacks the wing or he comes right off and tries to attack the paint, either way, this is going to have player 4 in play, player 4 red. So whether he attacks the paint and kicks the ball out or dribbles out to this side, which draws player 4 to shadow, generally speaking, shadowing, trying to force the ball towards the sideline, then now player 1 is going to have multiple different options. So if he hits player 2 with the roll, this is going to collapse the defense and player 2 can kick the ball out to this corner, he can kick the ball out to this corner, or these guys could be cutting baseline and he can pass the ball to them. There's a few different options there. Lots of reading and reacting to this offense. The other option, if let's say this is not here, is the pass over to player 4, and if that's the case, this could be an open 3. If it's not an open 3, maybe it is an open 3, but he doesn't feel confident, so he drives to the rim. This now collapses the defense. This could be now a pass to player 2 for the floater in the middle of the key. Player 2 could also kick the ball out. Player 5 could be cutting. Again, reading and reacting to what the zone is doing. If player 3 is covering here, and let's say player 1 is also collapsing, now this could be a kick out to the opposite side for a 3. Again, player 5 could be cutting as well, and this could be a pass to player 5 who's cutting 2. There's, again, reading and reacting, but this would be the base offense, where we try to set that initial screen, try to get a paint touch off of that screen, and then kicking the ball back out or looking for other cutters. Now, let's say this wasn't open. Let's say this just totally broke down. Well, it's very simple at this time. We're going to then have all these guys clear out. Player 1 now sets that screen for player 4. Player 3 needs to rotate over. Player 5 needs to rotate over. Player 2 needs to rotate over. This is just a simple 5-out pass and cut, where now player 4 needs to attack that gap. That's going to collapse the defense. He can kick this ball out. This is going to force player 1 and 2 to move, and then we can have these passes around the perimeter. If player 4 is fast enough, he can get out to this side. Everyone's going to be trying to scramble to try and get to that ball. If player 2 doesn't have that 3, he could pass it over now to player 4, or if player 4 is still in the low post, he could just pass it down to player 4 as well for the layup. So simple offense, just by getting that ball from the top over to one side, and then going from the top to one side and then getting it back to the opposite side, to the opposite side of the court, has now collapsed the defense, where now we can get open layups, we can get open threes, so many opportunities just off of this one simple screen play. Now this next play is kind of interesting. What we're going to do is have player 5 set a screen on player 1. This is against the 3-2 zone. This also works against the 2-3 zone. It works against most zones. But after we set that screen, player 1 is going to use that screen. Player 4 is going to then come down. Player 2 is going to then go up. Player 3 is going to then cut through that double screen, and player 5 is going to roll off of that screen and pop. He's not going to roll to the basket, but he's going to pop. The idea here is now to shift the defense over, because now we're all worried about this side, especially player 5. He's going to be really moving out to a point where now this double screen is going to be setting us up extremely well, because it leaves literally half the court open. Player 5 is going to pop off that screen. Player 2 is going to start running through. We're going to pass the ball to player 5. He could take a dribble to this side, but I want this pass to go as fast as possible over to player 3, and this will be a simple 3-point shot. And I mean simple because these guys are screening. This whole area of the court is wide open. He is going to have the widest open 3 you'll ever probably see. Now, if he gets the ball and let's say they recover quickly enough, well, now I want to see a screen with player 2. Again, attack the gap, collapse the defense, kick the ball out. This time, attack the gap again. That's going to collapse that defense, kick it out. We can have open 3s the entire time. After that second drive and kick, I want the kicker to then come out and set that screen. If it's player 3 who's playing up, because they've messed up, I want that screen to be on the opposite side, because now we want to attack player 5, and player 5 blue goes towards the middle of the paint. Everyone else is cleared out. If instead it's player 1, I want the screen on this side instead of the opposite side, so that now we can hit player 5 with that screen, or with that pass. This is going to collapse the defense. He has multiple options to pass out to. As you can see, just by running a simple screen and roll offense, you can win a lot of games against the zone defense. The whole key, however, is to swing the ball from one side of the court to the other as fast as you can, and then to get as many paint touches as you can as well. Really, to be honest with you, that is the easiest way to beat any zone, and you don't have to use screens. You can run a simple drive and kick even. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time. Make sure to go check out my Unbeatable Basketball Zone Defense book that is down in the description, and the complete guide to the 5-out basketball offense.